Hi everyone, and welcome to LRNT524. My name is Jordan Christie, and I'm looking forward to being your instructor for this course. Most of my professional experience has involved the design of learning environments and facilitating online learning, so it's great to have this opportunity to explore this topic with you, especially as the field's emerging and we're having some really interesting conversations right now. So I look forward to working with all of you. The goal of this video is just to provide a big picture overview of the course. And then I'll also create some unit videos as well that will go into a little bit more detail. So I hope you enjoy learning more about innovation design and learning environments, and I look forward to working with all of you online. So on the course site, on the home page, you'll see listed my contact information. The best way to get a hold of me is via email, and I typically try and respond within about 24 hours. But if I happen to be offline for longer than that, I'll always just send out a quick message to let people know. I've also included a link here to my Twitter handle. If you happen to be active on Twitter and want to follow me, you're welcome to do that. We're also going to be having some optional Collaborate sessions just to touch base throughout the course. So you'll find that on the schedule, and I'll note that when we get looking at the schedule. And then if you want to learn a little bit more about my background and interests, you're welcome to check out the instructor profile link that I've included here. You'll also find the contact information for the team coach. And then there's also a general discussion forum that's in Moodle. So if you have any specific questions about the course, things that you think others might have similar questions, you can post onto that general discussion forum. I'll be monitoring it as well. And then you can also see if your peers happen to post anything that you might be able to answer. We can just use that as a class discussion forum. And as a reminder to follow each other's blogs, you can add the LRNT524 posts, the OPML file, to your Feedly, and you'll be able to follow each other. And there's a link here to the instructions if you happen to need a refresher on how to do that. And then also if you're using Twitter, the hashtag for the program is here. If you use the hashtag, it'll show up under the RRU Mallet Twitter feed in the course site as well. And then, similar to your other classes, under the blog section, my instructor posts will show up here. But typically what I do is I'll usually post on Monday mornings just to give you sort of an overview of what we're going to be doing that week, summarizing anything from the previous week, and just giving you kind of a heads up of what to expect. And then I usually post again on the Friday, just sort of heading into the weekend, just to recap anything and highlight some things that you might want to work on over the weekend to kind of touch base. So each week you'll have about 2 posts from me, again, that just sort of summarize what we're doing throughout the week, and that provide some reminders and just sort of highlight any key information that might be helpful. So if we jump over to the schedule, what you'll notice is that the course is organized into 3 units. So the first unit, we're going to be looking at some of the current and emerging models of design, and that's going to be a 3-week unit. The second unit, we're going to be looking more at design and innovation in action, so looking at some of the practical applications of design and how some of these models are used within practice. And that unit is going to be 2 weeks. And then unit 3, which is 4 weeks, you're going to have a chance to go through a design thinking process and apply a design model to a particular challenge. You'll be able to create a solution, and then you're going to have a chance to reflect on the process. And you'll also notice, given the timing of the course, it goes over the holiday break as well. So we'll have about a week off in between where we'll work around the holiday and make sure that you have the much deserved break over that time. And the other thing you'll notice is we have 4 Collaborate sessions organized around the unit. So typically at the beginning of each unit, there'll be a Collaborate session for us to connect and to talk about anything that we're going to be doing in that unit. We also in Unit 2 have a guest speaker joining us as well. And then again, we'll have another Collaborate session at the beginning of Unit 3 and then one towards the end to summarize the final unit and to wrap up the course. So once I have a sense of everyone's schedule, I'll put in the dates for the Collaborate sessions, and again, these will be optional and recorded, so if you're unable to attend, you'll still be able to watch the recordings, and I'll also summarize any any important key information in my instructor posts as well. So each of the units themselves are organized the same way. So they'll start with an overview of what's going to be included in the unit. There'll be a summary of the learning activities, and then a link to any of the assignments associated with the units. And then beside that, you'll find a link to the readings. So within the readings, you'll see they're organized by unit, and when you click on the unit, it'll take you into Moodle. And within Moodle, within each of the units, I've organized the readings by week, so you'll get a sense of each week what the readings are going to be, and you'll also see reference to the readings within the unit pages as well. So if you take a look at the assessment matrix, you'll see an overview of the assignments for the course. Again, I'll create the unit videos which will go into more detail, but just to give you a general sense, your first assignment, which is going to be individual, you're going to have the opportunity to critique and compare and contrast two different design and innovation models. And that's going to be 20% of your mark and due at the end of week 3. For assignment number 2, which again is individual, you're going to have the opportunity to create a design case based on your own context. It's going to be due at the end of week 5, and it's for 25% of your mark. Assignment number 3, you're going to have a chance to work with a partner and go through a design thinking challenge and propose a design solution, as well as document your design thinking process. That'll be due at the end of week 7, so just as we're coming off the Christmas break. And that assignment's worth 25%. And then the final assignment for the course, again, will be individual, where you'll have a chance to reflect on the design thinking process and develop your own design principles to guide your practice. So that'll be due at the end of the course in week 9, and it's 20% of the final mark. And then similar to previous classes, you'll have the contribution to the learning community, which will be ongoing in terms of completion of the learning activities, and that's going to be 10% of your overall mark. And then under assessment, if you click on each of the assignments, the assignment pages are organized the same way. So you'll see a summary of the value, the purpose of the assignment, the instructions will be listed, the format, so any information about the formatting, information here about how to submit, and then you'll have a marking rubric for each of the assignments as well. So each assignment page will be organized the same way with the same information. And again, in the unit videos, I'll go into more detail about each of the assignments. And then beside that, you'll find the toolkit, which will be the same as your other classes, that has all the different resources that you might use as we're working within the course. So that's a big picture overview of the course. I'm really looking forward to having the opportunity to work with you and exploring this topic and seeing your ideas and your practices, and also looking at some of your great solutions that you'll come up with in terms of the design thinking process, as well as your design principles that you're going to be creating as you move forward in the program. So thanks so much, and I look forward to seeing all of you online.